Thank you, Sapi. As President Trump continues his unsuccessful legal battles, the courts are coming closer to Chapman than ever before. Chapman law professor John Eastman is now representing the president in another bid before the Supreme Court. Generating widespread community embarrassment, 97 faculty members have signed onto a statement denouncing Eastman's legal action. Chapman President Daniele Struppa issued a statement yesterday saying that although Eastman used his Chapman email and phone number in the brief, the university is not affiliated with Eastman's Supreme Court case.
I'd rather not be in a controversy every other week if I can avoid it, but it is what it is. People have their independent ability. As an attorney, he's free to accept whatever clients he thinks he should accept. But I wish he hadn't used our name as his address and his email and everything.
Struppa told the Panther that Eastman will remove his university credentials from the Supreme Court filings. This is the second time the professor has come under fire for his political opinions. The first was when he questioned Vice President-elect Kamala Harris's eligibility for her incoming position. Eastman is currently on leave of absence from Chapman and is teaching at the University of Colorado Boulder. It's been over a month since Joe Biden won the 2020 presidential election, but only 27 congressional Republicans have acknowledged his victory. There are currently 249 Republicans in the House and Senate, meaning about 88% will not say who won the election. Despite this, 106 Republican members of Congress signed onto an amicus brief yesterday, calling for the Supreme Court to overturn election results in Georgia, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, all of which Joe Biden won. And the House of Representatives has overwhelmingly passed a defense bill on Tuesday that the president pledges to veto. This year's agenda for military spending includes provisions to remove the names of Confederate generals from military bases and adds protections for big tech companies like Twitter and Facebook, both of which Trump is opposed to. And on Tuesday, the president tweeted, quote, "I hope House Republicans will vote against the very weak National Defense Authorization Act, which I will veto." However, lawmakers note with pride the NDAA's passage for 59 straight years. The chairman of the House Armed Services Committee, Adam Smith, said in a statement, quote, "Today the House sent a strong bipartisan message to the American people. Our service members and our national security are more important than politics." The Senate is expected to vote on the bill this week. President-elect Joe Biden will travel to Georgia next week to help campaign for Democratic candidates Jon Ossoff and Raphael Warnock. The Georgia Senate runoffs are on January 5th, and this race will determine whether Democrats have a majority in the Senate. Meanwhile, President Trump and the GOP continue to drive their election fraud narrative. This comes after multiple recounts show Trump's loss in the state. While it's become a presidential tradition to sign pardons at the end of an administration, President Trump is considering an unusually high number of pardons involving his closest friends, aides, and family members. Jenna Perry has the story.
Pardoning season is underway as President Trump enters into the home stretch of his administration. But this year, the constitutional limit of the pardoning power will be put to the test. Many expect Trump to pardon himself, which is constitutionally uncharted territory. Chapman professor Dr. John Compton says there's no consensus within the legal field.
A lot of law professors today will argue that the president can pardon themselves since the language of the Constitution doesn't forbid it. Others will argue that, it violates basic principles of, English and American law that were understood at the time the Constitution was founded.
A common principle at the time was that a person cannot be a judge in their own case. A self-pardon would violate that principle. With no precedent to rely on, scholars look back on history. Compton says the last time a self-pardon power was considered was in the 1970s under Richard Nixon.
Before he resigned, someone in the Office of Legal Counsel within the White House issued a memo with the opinion that the president does not have the power to pardon himself. But that memo is not binding.
A source familiar with the matter telling CNN Trump is considering preemptively pardoning his lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, his 3 eldest children, and his son-in-law, Jared Kushner.
The basic principle there is that you would be pardoning someone for a crime they have not yet been convicted of and possibly not even yet charged with. But the courts seem to have held that presidents do have the power to preemptively pardon someone.
The Department of Justice is investigating whether there was a scheme to funnel money to the White House or a political committee in exchange for a presidential pardon. No names were revealed in the heavily redacted federal court documents, but the power to pardon cannot save Trump or his associates from all litigation, as presidential pardons only apply to federal crimes. According to Justice Department data, Trump uses the pardoning power significantly less than other modern presidents. He has issued 29 pardons and 16 commutations, the fewest of any president within the last 100 years. But Trump's pardons are unprecedented in a distinct way.
There have always been kind of politically charged pardons. Those are not new. What I think is new about Trump is that most of his pardons, when he's issued them, his message is not, this person was guilty, their sentence was too harsh, or they've done their time, so I think they should go home and be with their families. His message is always, this charge was a sham. This person should have never been put in jail. It was a crooked prosecution.
For Chapman News, I'm Jenna Perry.
Thank you, Jenna. Hunter Biden, the president-elect's son, is confirming that he's under federal investigation for his business dealings in China. He says that he will fully cooperate. And the vice president-elect himself is making big plans for his presidency, announcing he will sign a nationwide mask mandate and fund schools so they can safely teach kids in person. Among those on his coronavirus and healthcare team are Dr. Anthony Fauci, who will serve as Biden's chief medical advisor, California Attorney General Javier Becerra as Biden's Secretary of Health and Human Services, Dr. Vivek Murthy as Surgeon General of the United States, and Dr. Rochelle Walensky as the Director of the CDC. Although as Chapman students are about to go on break, the world of politics never does. Thank you for sticking with us this semester. I'm Jasmine Sani. Back to you, Safi.